currently in their undergraduation, and they are yet to come to our IT market. So most of them, they are following traditional development practices, using traditional languages and everything. Today's topic, we aim to show how we can embrace low code to do digital transformation. Okay, so because this is the world of tomorrow. So, by digital transformation, what do we actually mean? To be very short and precise, digital transformation is the process of using digital technologies to to create new business principles, or to modify the existing business logics, or to modify or create new customer experiences, all these things. So ultimately, the main aim is to to match with the current business principles and the market trends. We have to modify, or we have to upgrade our legacy applications. Okay, this is the main thing that has started from the very start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So most of the business and IT sectors, they are trying to upgrade their existing applications. So I can give you a very recent thing. Like, I have been working with a United Bank for last 3 years, and as a part of their digital transformation, they have been upgrading their internet banking, their mobile banking, and a lot of other applications. Okay, and recently, if you guys are aware, like the Citibank, they have actually sold their retail chain of the Asia Pacific. So in different countries, different banks are taking over their retail chain. Okay, so in India, the Axis Bank has taken over. In Bahrain, Ali United Bank has taken over. In this way, different banks are taking over to the retail chain. But the main challenge is, like, they have to migrate all their retail customers in a very very short amount of time, say like 2 months or 3 months. So if we are just following with our traditional practices of coding, and we want to we want to put all the features of the what Citibank used to offer to their customers in our existing banking systems, then it will take maybe 1 year or 2 year to do so. But we have to do it in 2 to 3 months. So here comes the power of low code, uh, which OutSystems is it's offering to everyone. Okay, so that's why low code has become an essential part of the current software development, because not only it is reducing the amount of time of the development, but it's also much more developer friendly, and the concepts are simple as compared to the traditional codings. Okay, so let us go over to the in the topics what that we are going to discuss today. Uh, we are going to discuss the traditional software development versus new age software development, and then we will just try to see how we can create cross-platform hybrid mobile applications very fast. And after that, we will see like how our systems offer DevOps out of the box, and what are the features that it is offering through that. And lastly, we will just check about our OutSystems community and the user groups, and how anyone can register there, and how they can take advantage of the huge libraries, a huge set of libraries which are there, huge set of small codes which are there. And also they can take advantage of about any kind of doubts or any kind of questions from the community. So the community is very active. Last but not the least, we will look into the doubts and queries about the attendees. Okay, so let us jump into our first topic, that is the traditional software development versus new age software development. So, as I was saying in the title slide, like traditionally we have a lot of programming languages which we and when we are trying to develop software, when we are trying to develop an application, be it a mobile application, maybe hybrid or native, reactive web application, or any kind of traditional web applications, the main problem that we face is the time. Okay, so now the world is trying to go to agile. So agile is there for a long, very long time, but nowadays, what I feel from my experience is like, because of this digital transformation, the companies, they want the output much more faster than previously. Okay, so if we are using our traditional programming languages, say React Native, or any kind of JavaScript, or any whatever is there in the market, it will take significant amount of time. Okay, and a person with a limited knowledge in IT, maybe he's just a fresher who has joined in the IT industry. He will take his own time to learn those languages, to know the nitty-gritty of those languages, and then he can actually develop the applications. But in case of new age software development, we are mainly focusing on low code environments where we are trying to do the visual coding. So what we have to understand is like, programming language, any kind of programming language is just a way to express our logic. Okay, so the main thing is to develop the logic, or the algorithm, right? So, is it really required for us to write it using a programming language, or we can actually do it in a graphical way, in a visual way? So, our ultimate aim is to express our logic. So that's why if we are using low code, it's not only saving our time of writing all those long programs. We It is easy to understand for any person, and anyone with a very basic knowledge of computing or very basic knowledge of computer science, they can start playing with the platform, and they can start developing their own applications. So they will start learning much faster. Okay, so that's the power of low code. And different industries are nowadays, they are aligning towards the low code instead of the traditional languages, because of the only reason is because it's saving a lot of time. Okay, can you imagine of rewriting the whole internet banking applications, which is having around 1 lakh customers in one single country, in just 2 months? So it's not, we cannot imagine that this thing using a normal programming language in like 2 months. But using OutSystems, or any kind of, mostly it means, I have also seen other low code options as well, but the flexibility that OutSystems is providing is much more. So we made it happen. We made it happen, like we transformed the entire internet banking in just 2 months, and it is ready for production. People are using it. So that's the power of it. Okay, so we will be just going on a very high level on these introductory topics, because I want to show more about how we can develop applications faster, because I'm expecting few of the undergraduate students who have joined this event, so they will be much more interested in looking into what OutSystems is and how we can develop applications in a very fast way. Okay, so now our local platform OutSystems, it allows every organization to innovate through software. Okay, so since it is reducing the amount of time of development, so okay, so they have developed banking application, and believe me, it is mind blowing. They have invested in the UI. Okay, and they also used it. They also developed it using OutSystems. So when the development time is less, you are getting much to invest in in and all those things. Okay, so out systems help us in reducing the development time, and it's opportunity to innovate, to embed a new kind of technologies in inside our existing applications. Okay, so now starting with how we can actually create cross-platform hybrid mobile applications in very fast. So systems not only allows us to create mobile applications, it allows us to create progressive web applications, reactive web applications, traditional web applications, APIs, and many other things. So it's that we are having, like how we can create so many things in using only one single platform, and in so fast manner. Okay, so till now I have been discussing. So I would expecting some questions from you guys. Let us try to make the session a bit interactive, but none of us get bored. So anyone, do you have any kind of questions before I jump into this topic? No problem. If you can see my screen, then my slide is having a very beautiful animation of the service studio, and you can see, like, uh, this is how, in a so much easier way, you can actually create an application. It is just you are dragging and dropping the components. They are already ready made by the out systems, and of course you can customize them as per your need. And you, for any kind of logic, you are just dragging and dropping all those things in the IDE, and it is being done. Okay, so this IDE that our systems provides is known as the Service Studio. So let me do one thing. Let me share my screen. Let me share my IDE itself. Okay, so this is the first screen of the ID, and we can create any kind of application with no time. So I will just try to create a mobile application. So we will just make a very simple mobile application, maybe a to do. Okay, so I will just create it from scratch, and also you are having an option to create a new mobile application from an existing one. Okay, so let us do it from scratch for now. So yes, I can put any name, maybe a to-do application. I can use any icon. I'm having some icons here. Okay, and like on the basis of the color of the icon, our systems will automatically take the standard color of the whole application. Of course, you have an flexibility to change it afterwards, but just see about how intelligent our system is. Like, it is taking care of your branding as well. So I will just create the application here. Okay, and this is my application. I will just create the first module of it. And yeah, that's it. We got all the components of the application and the ID that we were watching in that small animation. So uh, the I will just try to create a very small to do application using this. So so just see how easy it is. Like, we can just drag and drop a screen here. We Our systems is offering so many different templates which are already there for different purposes. Okay, and all these are very much ready made, and you just need to modify a very little things in all, if you are using all these templates. For now, I will just be using a blank screen, so because I want to create everything on my own. Okay, and yeah, So that's it. I can see the first screen which is already created. Okay, now I will just add a title, and maybe what we want to add in a to do application, maybe the item that we want to enter into the application, and it will be stored there as a list, right? So I will just drop a container. So container in normal traditional programming terms, in HTML terms, it is just a div tag. Okay, so you don't have to write anything. What I did is just I have dragged and dropped a container here, and yes, if I want to write something in this container, and so that's why I have just dragged and dropped a text widget from all the widgets that are available here. So you can see like we are having so many widgets which are already there. Okay, so anything and everything which is possible and which is used in a modern application, everything is already there in our systems. Of course you can create your own widgets and you can use them as well, so that flexibility is also there. So what I will do is like enter your item. That's it. I will just put another div, and I will just put a text area. Okay, now whatever I'm writing in this text area will be stored in this variable. So what did I do till now? I have just dragged and dropped this widget, and the variable, it's created automatically. I have just selected like you I want to create a new variable. That's it. Of course I can rename it, but it is done automatically. Now what I want to do is like I want to actually save whatever I am entering into the database. Okay, so what as per the basic knowledge, like if I want to save something, I have to upload it in the database, right, for the to do all the list items that should be there in the database. So yes, what I can do is like I can create a database table. Now for this I don't need to actually run any kind of query. OutSystems do it for me. I will just create a database entity just like that. Maybe that's it. So my database table is created, and I will add a new column. Maybe I can name it as data. That's it. And what I will do is like I will put a button here. So okay, before putting a button, I can put another container, and I can just put a button here. So see, the button is also ready made. Of course, you can customize it again. Now I just want to align it to the middle. That's it. It's done. I can rename whatever is there. Maybe something like save. Now I want something to happen on click of a button. So if I just double click here, automatically see the logic, the basic structure of the logic is ready, and I am having all kind of logical components which can be used in case of a normal programming language as well. For example, the if else statements, the switch case statements, the for loop, any the error handlings, and anything and everything. Okay, so here I am not writing any kind of code. I'm just creating what we have learned in our very childhood days. Like I'm just creating a flowchart. Okay, that is much more easier than writing a code, right? So what I will do is like I will just create another local variable, maybe. Okay, see, whenever I created a local variable with the name to do data, it automatically took the data type of the database entity. So that's how automatically the things are happening in our systems. So you don't need to actually select the data type even. So the platform is so intelligent, it will take automatically the data type that it thinks best suited. So yes, now what I will do is like I will assign what is there. So this is just an assignment statement, the same thing which is there in the normal programming language. It's the same thing. So I'll just assign this, and whatever is stored in the text area, I'm just assigning it to this variable, and then I will just write the data into the database. And now just see what has happened. I have just dragged and dropped the database from I have just dragged and dropped the database table into this interface. The ID is so intelligent, like it knows, like if I am dragging and dropping a database entity, in that case I want to show what data is there, right? So yeah, it's already there. And maybe what I can do is, mm, I don't want it like this. Maybe I will change this. I will just put another container here. Maybe this. I'm just selecting the store data. That's it. So the data, it has populated all this application automatically. Now what I will do is I will touch it. Let We are publishing code using this. What is happening inside the OutSystems platform? All our visual coding is being compiled into a normal, traditional programming language. Here, in this case, it will be a C sharp, and all this code will be distributed to all the front end servers that we are having. So all these things are being done automatically. So if an infrastructure like n number of front end servers, the deployment controller server is responsible to distribute all these things into all in the code into all the front end servers. So it does it automatically. You don't have to copy the code in each front end server and do like that. So this is another advantage that OutSystems provide. So yes, our application is ready. We can actually test it in our browser emulator. Okay, I can write something here. Also be pretty as a progressive web application. OutSystems give that functionality as well, and this is a complete hybrid application, and it is ready to be installed in any of the Android or iOS devices, right? So now we are just testing it in emulator. We can always generate an APK for this. So for this, what we have to do is, like, OutSystems provides us uh, with a unified interface called Service Center, from where we can actually we can actually control the applications, and we can actually generate the actual binaries of the applications, right? So yes, what I will do is search for it. Yes, this is our application here. Okay, and if we go here to the distribute tab, if you see, like, we are having option to generate the binaries for actual an actual iPhone and an Android, right? So I will just try to generate the binary for an Android application. Maybe it's very easy, like we can just put the app identifier here, maybe com dot personal dot to do dot app, something like this. Key store mandatory actually, so I can just save it. Yes, it's done. And if we go back here, we can just click on generate, and our systems platform, if you see, it is now generating the actual Android application. So previously, our Android used to support the file type of .apk. Now it has created a new file type, which is Android app bundle, AAB. So the platform supports a Android app bundle as well. So that's it. Our application binary will now be generated, and we can actually install this application binary. We can download it from here. We can install it in our actual mobile phones. So that's how it is so much easy to create any kind of mobile application using OutSystems. So here the application that I have created is a very basic one. Nothing is there, okay, but we can actually create a much more complex application using OutSystems. So there are a lot of open source resources which is there in OutSystems. So for this, we normally refer to our Forge. So Forge is you know it's a repository for all kinds of open source resources. So all kinds of different components which are there, we can take any kind of component. Maybe we if we want to use camera in our applications, if we want to use the camera features, then we can use camera barcode plugin. Whatever you say, if you will find here in Forge, right? So what do we conclude from here? Now whatever the application that I have developed, just think, just go back in time 5 to 10 minutes and think, if I have to develop this using a traditional programming language, say .NET or any other thing, how much time would have it would have been taken, right? And how fast I made this. And I have also created a release binary. That's all. I can actually upload this binary into the Play Store, and now my application will be live immediately, right? So the same, it is also easier to create an iPhone application. So I just need to configure few things here in the service center, and I can just create an IPA file here as well. Now another main advantage is that the application that I have created is a hybrid application. So any kind of small change that I am doing inside this application is automatically reflected as soon as I publish the code. So that means every time you do a very small change in the mobile application, you don't need to publish new version of the application in the app stores. So this OutSystems provides OTA or over the air upgrade feature. Because this is an hybrid application, the changes are reflected immediately as soon as the code is deployed in the server, right? So for any kind of native application, for even a small thing, you actually have to publish a new version of the code in the Play Stores. But that is not required here, right? So this also makes it very fast, because in the recent market, people want people want their changes to come within a day, right? They want new things to come every week, right? So if we have to push new builds to the Play Stores, maybe to the Google Store and the Apple Store, it will take more than a week or two just to approve the application. So even for a very small change, it will take 1 week for Apple to review it, to approve it, right? But here using OutSystems, we are not doing anything. Once the application is there, until and unless there are very means very basic things which means not very basic things, very core things which are being changed, we don't need to actually publish our applications into the app stores, right? Yes. So this is how we can actually develop a mobile application using OutSystems. Now, let us come back. So I have shown like how we can develop cross-platform hybrid mobile applications using this platform. So you just write the code once, and both the platform it is the code is being supported by both the platforms, by both Android and iPhone. The last thing that we are going to discuss in the technical topics is the DevOps thing, which comes out of the box with OutSystems. So, we can do continuous integration and continuous development just with few clicks. So, OutSystems provide us a very powerful console called Lifetime. So, I'm just going to show you what Lifetime is. Yeah, just to come back thing to our previous thing, our Android application is already generated and we can actually download it. See, yeah, it's done. And if we just transfer it to the mobile, it will be installed. That's it. Okay, now coming back to the DevOps part. Okay, so I was telling is like this is about the Lifetime. So this is the Lifetime platform that OutSystems provide, and using this platform, you can do actually the all kinds of DevOps operations that are normally being done in any kind of enterprise releases. So you can actually control different parts of the application. You can also do user management. You can deploy your code from the lower environment to the higher environment just with few clicks. Now, since I am just using my personal environment here, you can only see one kind of environment which is there, which is the development environment. So in an enterprise platform, where an enterprise has bought this this OutSystems platform server, and it is having multiple environments, say the QA and the production, you will be seeing the other environments similar to this dev environment just in this blank space. So if you want to deploy any application, you just need to open that application. Maybe I want to deploy, say, the to do. This is my to do application. I will just open it. I will just tag a version. That's it. And after that, the deploy button will be visible here. So I can show that to you. Since I'm using my personal environment, those things are not available here. But yes, of course, I can show it from the official documentation. So if you see, uh, let me go back. Yeah, so this is the screen that I was showing to you. For me only this development is being visible, right? Because I'm using my personal environment. If it is an enterprise environment, the other environment will also be there. Maybe I want to deploy my code from the development environment to the quality environment or the QA environment, and after everything is tested there from the QA environment, I want to deploy it to the production. So all these environments are just visible side by side. I just want to select my application, click on deploy. It will OutSystems will just verify if there are any changes, if there are any breaking changes. Once it has verified successfully, I will just click on deploy again. If you see, you can actually select applications with just few clicks. You can just click on validate now. It will validate if there are any breaking changes. Once it has validated, once you click on continue, it will just show you with the review screen where you can put your deployment notes and just click on deploy now. Once you click on deploy now, OutSystems will they it will verify it. It will export it to the QA server. It will compile it inside the QA server, and it will distribute to the all the front end servers of the QA. Okay, this is what DevOps mean. Like we are actually doing continuous integration and continuous development. So if there are any new kind of, it will not deploy the complete application. It will only pick whatever the things that have changed. It will deploy things to the higher environment, right? And also you lifetime, we can actually okay, where is my lifetime? Yes, we can actually uh, we can actually control the environments as well. See how the servers are working, what is the health of the server, how much database space has been taken. We can also do some additional security enhancements of the application. For example, I just want to enable few security features. Okay, I can actually enable the content security policy. Okay, it's so need to put OutSystems differentiates all the basic parts of any kind of content security policy, and you can just put whatever is required in these input boxes as per the content security policies. You might be knowing, like, content security policy is actually applied to prevent any kind of lifetime provide the analytics, right? Like how which application is behaving slow, and it also gives you option to add few plugins like architecture dashboard. Like you can actually review the architecture of your application if it is following the best practices of out systems and all those things. So everything is just on a click of a button. So this is another advantage of our systems. So yes, that's it. So I have already discussed about lifetime, like how we can do complex deployments using lifetime just by clicking on a button, clicking a few buttons, and OutSystems takes care of all the breaking changes and everything. Now, our platform is having a very active and a large community. And by being active, I literally mean they are very active. Whenever you are putting any kind of problems, any kind of issues, someone or the other is always ready to help you. So you can actually register to the OutSystems community using the links that I have provided. Maybe I can ping on both these links to in the chat of this webinar. And we are also having the user groups. So if you are registering with the user groups, then you will be getting to know about more user group events, like which is happening today. So user group events happens all over the world in different parts. So you can there are much more advanced topics which are discussed there. So you can definitely take a part in those events. So yes, that's it for today. I think we are having 5 minutes remaining, right? Okay, 4 minutes maybe. So I would like to hear from you if you have any kind of questions about the platform, or as far as I know, I will try to help you. Or you want to know some anything more about this platform, or how we can meet with other developers, or how we can you engage in other user events and all those things. I would really like to know. So any one of you, do you have any kind of questions?
Hello, Shanak. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Yeah. As you told, we can build mobile, web, or PWA or such applications, different type of applications. Is it a single code
Correct.
base like Flutter, or it is we need to develop separately?
No, it's a single code base. So whenever you are actually, uh, you know, you are writing the code only once here. You are not writing it. You are actually making the flowcharts. You are just modifying the components. Whenever you are doing it, you have to do it only once. That's it. it will be available for both. Means OutSystems will automatically generate both the applications, be it an iOS, be it an Android.
No, I mean the between the web and mobile application.
Between the web and mobile applications, now the mobile application that I have shown you, it's a mobile application. Okay, means it OutSystems tries to give you a native kind of feel. Means like what is the difference between a web and a mobile application? So mobile applications are having few specific features, like it is having local storages, and all those things. So if you are writing a web application is different. If you are writing a mobile application, that is different. So a mobile application is only for mobile. But of course, what you can do is like you can write progressive web applications. So in that case, it will actually use your own browser, in the mobile's browser. So that's the way you can achieve it. But the web application that you are telling, you only you have to write it a different in a separate way. You have to create a different application for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think
Anyone
we have
else?
done.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, normally for the low code platforms, disadvantages like it has some limitations, like UI design or the custom code. If you have a snippet in PHP, snippet,
Hmm.
can we
Uh, Sorry, can you please come again with your question? Your voice was breaking actually. Uh, Arkadeep, are you able to hear him?
No, no, no. I am not able to hear. You can send the question in the chat window also. No problem.
sure, sure. Let us know the issue.
You can try asking again here in your microphone. If it is not
Yeah,
possible, then you
Yeah.
can type it.
like for normal for low code platforms, it has some
Correct.
limitations like UI designing or the having the
Mhm.
custom code. So this is possible, or what are the limitations for OutSystems? Like we can inject our custom code in, if we have a code snippet in PHP, can we use the same code
Mhm.
or any libraries which we have developed before? So can we use this one in OutSystems?
See, we can actually use our custom codes as well. So now we have to first understand like how, means what kind of custom code that you are trying to inject. Okay, if you are trying to inject any kind of a very, a very native kind of code. For example, you are having some kind of library or some kind of custom code in .NET. You can actually create an extension in OutSystems and you can use your .NET code directly. Okay, and also if you want to insert some kind of javascripts, your own custom javascripts, you can do that. Your own custom css, you can do that. HTML, you can do that. PHP, I have never tried, but yes, I think we can also embed that in some way or other. Or what we can do is like what the thing that is being done in PHP, we can use any other kind of coding languages, maybe Node.js or something like that, and we can embed it. So there is always a way, and you can actually also embed different Cordova components. If you, I'm not sure if you are familiar with mobile development. So in mobile development, for engaging with different kind of core features of a mobile device, you have to use Cordova components. For example, a camera plugin. The camera is a core feature of a mobile. So for communicating with the camera, you have to use a Cordova plugin for that. So that is a custom code which is written, right? So for example, you want to access the gyroscopic sensor. For that, you have to write a Cordova component, right? So all those things are actually custom codes. Once you are writing any kind of a code inside a Cordova wrapper, you can actually integrate it with the mobile application. In case of a web application, you can integrate any kind of JavaScripts I have not seen these kind of limitations in our system still now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The only limitation that I feel in out systems is like, yes, there are few advanced things that the out systems is still working on. For example, the multi-tenancy. So there are few disadvantages in multi-tenancy in out systems currently, because in multi-tenant applications, out systems is differentiating the different tenants on the basis of the username. So it is actually assuming like the username will be unique in a particular tenant, but that is not a case in a real life situation. So but our systems is working on that definitely. So these are very small minor drawbacks which I still felt there, but not these kind of major drawbacks like you cannot integrate custom codes and all those things.
Okay, I got it. Thank
Any more questions?
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we are running out of time. So basically, today this is the first event from the OutSystem Kolkata user group, and this is very basic beginner levels event. But definitely, we have so many events. We already lined up so many events, and just my request is try to register your account with the OutSystem user group, so you will get the latest update from events from the groups for latest news and latest updates. And after this event, I will send the feedback email. So just try to reply that feedback email. So that is very important for us. So that's all from my side. Okay, thank you everyone. So I am going to close the event. Thanks everyone.
Thank you everyone for attending.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.